What's up, guys? I know I haven't done this in a while, but definitely had to, have a reaction immediate, before watching the replay. I'm gonna put out this reaction, and I'm also gonna put out my reaction to it with watching it replayed. But of course, this is gonna be about Pacquiao versus Thurman last night. All congrats to Manny Pacquiao and also to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman completely, went against what most people were thinking, and he proved me wrong. He kept coming forward, which was very amazing to me. I think that they were both in the best shape that they could be at this point. Keith Thurman, his body looked a lot stronger than his last fight against Josecito Lopez. Um, Now, and congrats to his trainers, his new trainers and stuff, his new way of weight training and all that or whatever, strength and conditioning, I should say. They both look great for this fight. Pacquiao did seem to look a little bit smaller. His shoulders look a little bit thinner now and everything, but he still came in as strong as he could as a man 40 years old. And, right off the bat, okay, he knocked him down, right? And I wanted to put a pre-fight analysis on this, but I couldn't because, I had technical problems. But right from the beginning, like I wanted him to, and probably what Freddie Roach told him to do for the game fight was to go to the body. The way he knocked him down, as I remember, he went to the body and to the head. When you hit Keith Thurman's body, he lowers all of his hands. And then he's wide open when he tries to back up from the body shot because he always puts down his hands. So what happened was he went to the body, kept going to the body, and of course I'm gonna watch the replay. But as I remember, he hit him in the body first, then knocked him down with the flash knockdown. And throughout the first whole half, I'm gonna give a brief summary. The first whole half was all Pacquiao, okay. The middle rounds was all Thurman. And the last rounds was close, but I edged him to Thurman, right? The 11 and 12. I just didn't see Pacquiao throwing enough from what I remember. Of course, this is watching it live. Watching the replay can be different. But I barely had Keith Keith Thurman, losing. The only reason I had him losing was by a knockdown. I had a 114, 113 to Pacquiao, including the knockdown in the first round. So actually, I would have had it a draw. So it would have been a draw for my card. So I mean, it's quite crazy to say that Pacquiao blew out Thurman. I thought Thurman fought great. I thought he outboxed Pacquiao. I thought he outmoved. I thought he really surprised Pacquiao that he came forward like that. But of course, Pacquiao's gonna act like toe to toe, yeah. But he's definitely too small for 147. I believe that maybe even moving back down, a weight or getting a catch weight would help. Against guys like Errol Spence and Sean Porter, those guys are much bigger. I think especially Errol Spence is bigger than Keith Thurman, muscle wise. I think he's taller. He's just a lot more built, strong, more stronger. But you know, before I go to bragging about people who aren't proven yet, I think that we have to give respects to Keith Thurman, even though he didn't knock out a 40-year-old man or do what he's gonna do. He did say he's gonna come forward, and that's what he did. I think he should have pressed a little bit more. Actually, he was smart though. He didn't over press, and I guess he played it a little bit safe. But I think that in order to win, he should have went in a little bit more. He didn't have to throw punches, but maybe go in with the jab more. He threw the jab decent, but if he threw it, more with more conviction every once in a while, I think that would have helped a lot. But coming forward, he should have and he did that, but he just didn't throw enough headshots. Now with Pacquiao, okay, now a lot of people are giving him congrats and saying he's rejuvenated. I strongly disagree. Let the Pacquiao I know, he would have pressed him the last final rounds. What I remember of seeing last night is that he did not press enough the last couple rounds. He seemed to be gassed, and it was probably from the body work of Thurman and in the middle rounds. And it's quite dumb to say that Keith Thurman got blew him out. From what I remember, like I said, I actually was worried that Pacquiao's gonna lose, and I disagree strongly with the people saying that Keith Thurman is sucks and he's retired and all that, which I have been seeing. Um, I just think that Pacquiao had a good fight. Thurman had a good fight, and sometimes people try to overanalyze. That's really all it is. And hopefully, after watching the replay, maybe Pacquiao can change my mind. But from what I saw, it wasn't as good as a performance as everyone's saying. He gave way too many middle rounds. He should have pressed forward more. And what I also noticed, which is the most important thing before I end the video, is that Pacquiao changed his game plan. And I think it was actually Keith Thurman who took away his game plan. He stopped going to the body until the 10th round, actually, which is funny because the round that he went back to the body, he almost knocked down Thurman. He completely punched the air out of him. I was watching it in a room of people, and everyone's like, "Oh, you got headbutt or he tripped?" I said, "No, that's a body shot." And then they showed the replay. Even the announcers thought it was like a headbutt or something. I was like, "No, it's a body shot." And when they showed the replay, it was a body shot. It was exactly what I saw because I know that Keith Thurman's. Everyone knows that Keith Thurman's weak to the body, and the reason being, you could see again, he always if you have a good punch, go to the body, boom, he's hurt. And that's what Pacquiao was doing in the beginning rounds, and that's what was winning in the rounds. And then it seemed as soon as like round 6, 7, 8, 9, he kind of came back a couple body shots, but he went completely away from his game plan in the beginning. And that's the reason why he almost lost. He could have definitely finished Thurman if he kept going to the body. After that first flash knockdown, if he kept going to the body like he was in the beginning rounds, but every once in a while he'd go back in that old style and start reaching, and that's just not it's not gonna work against a world class fighter that's younger and stronger than you. So what I take from this is, and I changed my mind from what I was thinking last night. I was thinking, okay, if Pacquiao was smart, retire, right? As a person, out of love, respect, for Pacquiao being a legend, everyone, from around the world likes him. And it's like this. He should fight whoever the hell he wants to fight. That's the way I look at it right now. And it's like boxing history has always shown the legend passes the torch. And for his next fight, let's say he fights Errol Spence, which is most likely he's gonna fight if if they wanted to, he would fight Errol Spence if he beats Sean Porter in September. And it's like this. He should fight then because he deserves it. He earned it, is what I should say. He earned it all his years. He's a WBO unified champion in WBO. He unified the belt in WBO. So he's the super champion. You got to give him all the props, man. You got to give him all the props. I believe he's the oldest welterweight to win a championship. So give him all the props. Even though the belts don't mean quite as much, it's still, big to be the undefeated guy, with the belt. I believe he was 29-0, I believe. So yeah, S2HSPSD, peace and love.